everybody. No more sleeping in bed. The world is just a. I don't know the words. Let me stop playing. Hey y'all. Listen, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be a dark chit chat. Do I even have it on the right way? Let me see. Dirty winner. Hmm. So only give me the flash on the other side. All right, all right. What is this? At least 1 minute video is needed to start a highlight. Oh, y'all, I'm playing with the little buttons because I ain't even there. I could do all this. Oh, treat me like your queen, and I'ma make you my king. Ooh, that's real bright. All right, y'all. What's up? So I'm just coming to chitter chat with y'all. I've been thinking about something for 2 days now, and I want to share it with y'all and see what y'all think. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I do have my Bluetooth in my ear. My Bluetooth is in my ear, but I just cut the volume all the way up, so hopefully you can hear me. You're not gonna be able to see me, but just rock with me anyway. Okay. So um talent, that's what we about to talk. We gonna talk about talent. Okay. So when we look at some of the people that we admire, maybe it's for their gift. Typically it's for their gift. Okay, because most people admire is because of their gift. Okay, but when we really like sit down and take a moment to kind of consider where all of them, or the good majority of them, came from, where did they come from? Right. So when we think about where they come from, where did they come from? And the reason I think that's important for us to really sit and consider is that so many of us, we give our money away to just all types of different things, right? We support or buy the different things that we like, et cetera, et cetera. But when we look at the people who we might idolize or who we appreciate and love their gift, they all, for the most part, came from a certain area. And I think that's very important for us to take into consideration, because the only real major difference is that they change locations, right? But when you think about some of their personalities and just who they are as individuals, where they came from is still within them, right? And so the thought that I was processing or going back and forth with was, if most of us admire a certain person because of where they come from, and they just use the talent that they had to get successful, to get rich or famous or whatever the case may be, what is truly stopping everybody from that area currently who may not be able to get out of the area? But what's truly stopping the people in that community from still having that same success, right? It's still the same people around you who ultimately, sometimes depending on the circumstances, we have seen definitely where there are people who may have got successful and they moved away and then decided to come back, where that ended up in their life being taken, right? Why? Because people are jealous, and that's not a fruit of the spirit when it comes to Christ, but it's just people sometimes, right? Sometimes you do have to kind of move from where you are. But if we're able to support and celebrate people who came from the same place that we did and maybe moved away, what is really stopping us from celebrating the people while they're still close or around us? And I say that because we have seen throughout this year, right, where there's been so much different things revealed when it comes to the cost or the sacrifices that people have made just to sustain or obtain the level of success that they have. And I think that's very important for us to take into consideration, just on an individual level sometimes, right? Because there's going to be sacrifices regardless of what level or where we are throughout life. There's going to be some type of sacrifice that we have to make to get to the next level, to get to the next stage, to be better. There's always going to be a sacrifice. But at some point, it's like, what sacrifice are we truly willing to make to have success? And then on the other foot, what is truly success to us as individuals, right? So success for somebody might be, okay, maybe they grew up on, I'm just naming out a street. Maybe they grew up on 3rd Street. And 3rd Street may be in the urban area, right? But everybody in the community know them because they opened up a store in that area, right? And so that store feeds all the people, it brings everybody together, et cetera, et cetera. So to them, they could be seen as successful because, one, they have their own business, they're bringing in their own income, and they're also supporting the community or making sure people are straight. We see on YouTube or different areas where people make their little shorts of just helping out the kids in the communities in the grocery stores. We see a lot of people make shorts of that, right? And sometimes the people who make the shorts are not even from the community. They just established their stores in that area, and they've established not a neighborhood, but established a connection with the people within the neighborhood. And you see them giving back, right? Ultimately, they do become a part of the neighborhood, but they weren't originally always a part of the neighborhood. And so, to me, I just think it's so interesting and so beautiful how some areas, even though they may not look as appealing or they may not be as desirable to stay in as other areas, right? Because we see the same people who come from the same places that we have come from, but they've made it to this image of success that a lot of us end up desiring, right? But if those same people in the same neighborhood, that the people that we idolize, decided that they were going to make the best, or they were going to change the atmosphere or environment that they are in now so it can be better, but so that the people around them will still be able to experience that same level of success without having to sacrifice so much just to obtain it. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. That's what I've been thinking about. Like, what is truly stopping us as a people from making the areas great that we're already in, right? Because we see all throughout the world where certain people will come in and they'll want the spaces that we're in, and so they kick us out and we have to start all over elsewhere. But if we take this mentality of, okay, regardless of where we're at, we're going to make the best of it, we're going to build it up from the inside out, right, versus the outside in, because that typically is what happens. We'll see where people will come in from the outside and they want the area or the land that a urban community might already be living and established in, right? And so they'll kick everybody out just because they want to redo that same area because of the property value. But what is the major thing that's halting us as a community from realizing what we have, even though it might look beat up in the moment? Like, what's preventing us from taking all of the talents and the gifts and the skills that we have as individuals and using them and interconnecting like the gifts and skills and talents that we have and making it a better place? Yeah, I know it's jealousy and I know envy and all of those things play a part, right? But what's stopping us from establishing the boards or the community or the community leaders in that neighborhood and doing like monthly meetings or whatever, however y'all orchestrate it, and making it a better place? Did that make sense? Like, we take our gifts and talents and we take them elsewhere for other people to manipulate or to, I guess, use to their benefit. And yes, there's a benefit. You might get paid more. You get put in front of a bigger audience. But right now, we do have the internet wide open. Like, the internet is wide open for anybody to be whoever they want to be, right? And people will either support you or they're not going to support you. So if we have seen where people have done that, right? We can name artists, right, where they were doing great by themselves before they went and signed with another big artist, right? And now they're with this big artist. Yeah, they may be getting screen time. Yes, maybe they may have become actors or whatever now. But when it comes to just different things, there are certain caps that are on them that we can see from the outside, right? Why are we choosing to sign up for all of this extra stuff when we can hit it where we are? And I'm not saying we have to stay where we are. A lot of people want growth, they want elevation, they want to get bigger, they want to get better. But what's stopping us as a people from really looking at what we have, who we're surrounded by, and building each other up? Like, why is it that we have so many gifts, so many talents, so many abilities, and instead of loving each other as a community, like while we're in close proximity to each other, we instead take the time to break other people down? I've been thinking about that for the past few days. Like, everybody that we admire, all their gifts, all their talents, typically started and were birthed in situations that did not always start off as great. But what is stopping any and everybody from being great in the midst of where they're at? What's stopping us? That's just something I've been thinking about for the past few days. Like, it's so much talent that is sitting or resting in the craziest places, sometimes in the craziest conditions. And people will take that talent elsewhere, and yes, it's going to benefit the person individually, and yes, it'll even benefit others outside of them, right? Sometimes you definitely do have to move. But for those of us who cannot always immediately move, or those of us who maybe you don't even want to move, right? Maybe you enjoy where you're at, you just want it to be better circumstances. What's stopping us as individuals from being the change that we want to see within the communities that we're already in? Like, what's keeping all of this just craziness in the communities instead of being the light that's needed in the community? I don't know if this makes sense. I don't know if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. But a lot of the stuff that we want is really already all around us. And it's just being able to tap into what's already there. Like, you go in certain communities, there's always already somebody you know that's gonna slay your hair. They're gonna slay your hair for a decent price or whatever. You go somewhere else, you already know that this person, they're gonna bake the cakes, they got all the snacks. It's basically everything that we already need right there in the midst of our community. But we'll sit and we'll look at the things or people or just different, I guess, levels of success outside of the community, when ultimately we can bring that same success within the community and not have to, um, I guess, export out our talent, if y'all understand that. This is something I've been thinking about. Like, we have literally everything that we'll ever need. And sometimes it's just the fact that we overlook or we try to overshadow what's already there, what's already around us. And we don't value or appreciate the gifts that is already abundant where we're at. And because we don't feel like where we're at is a place of abundance, or um, maybe it is truly a negative place. Like, there are definitely those situations. However, what's stopping us from using the light that we have to make it better where we're at until we can get to the next level, if that makes sense? So what's stopping us from just shifting the environment or cleaning up where we are, changing our mindset and how we view the people that we're surrounded by for it to be something better? Anything? Nothing? Nada? I don't know. This is something I was thinking about. Something that was on my mind. It's a whole lot of talent in some of the craziest looking places sometimes. And we don't always value or appreciate it where it's at. And so we see that the talent that was already there typically will end up going somewhere else because it's not valued or appreciated, or it's not getting the support that it needs, even though that the same people who could have supported that same person, they won't do it in the same neighborhood. They wait till that person gets out of where they're at to support them instead of supporting them right where they're at. I, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it could be done. I don't know. I feel like something could shake, something could shift. I don't know. We done seen this year. There was an artist that brought all types of different people together, right? So we know it's possible. It's just, are we as a people going to do it on a continual basis, or are we only going to do it when it's for somebody that's already made it? Like, we can't do that at a level of where somebody might not have made it to that level, that tier of success. We can't do it on a lower level also, and dead the beef, dead all of the. Did that make? Uh, I don't know. Just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. It's so much talent, like stupid talent. And if we as individuals will support the individuals within our community who want to make it better, who want to use their gifts where they're at, like everything that we would have, all of that, all of the studios, all of those different things we could have. It's just reprogramming our mind to not, I don't know. I know, but I don't know if this y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Hopefully y'all is. But if y'all ain't, I mean, just sit with it. Maybe it'll pop back out and you'll be like, oh, okay. I don't know. But anywho, that was my thought on that. I'm having a great day. I hope y'all done had a great day. It's snowing, and I all I wanted to see was snow, and I've seen snow. So my day has been absolutely amazing today. But I hope it's the same. Hope the same for y'all. But that's all I got. That's all I got right now. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Y'all have a great night. Y'all might or might not. Probably not. Probably not. I got a lot of energy, so maybe, but probably not. But yeah, y'all be easy. Love you later. Have a great night. Tsunami, tsunami.